What's up, guys? We're back with Godzilla versus the X-Men, and our story starts off in Japan with the character of Sunfire, who's not doing so well. He just lost to Godzilla, who's apparently been attacking this cargo base, this shipping base, it seems, for the third time now, I think, in a couple of weeks. And for some reason, no one here has thought that this is too much of a coincidence. But instead, they end up asking Xavier for help, I guess, Xavier and his X-Men. And Xavier wants to obviously reason with Godzilla because he sees that Godzilla can be reasoned with. The X-Men, on the other hand, have no experience fighting something like Godzilla. So they are training in the danger room, essentially. But even they decide that they probably need a little bit something extra to help them deal with the problem. And so we cut to Gambit, who's breaking into somewhere to steal something. As we already know, Gambit was a part of the Thieves Guild, I think. So he essentially breaks in to steal the X-Men's mystery masker tool that we'll find out that they'll use later on. A few days later, Godzilla attacks the same base, and nobody still thinks this is too much of a coincidence. But the X-Men are here this time, and we find out what they stole from the base essentially was the super adapter. It's a robot essentially that can replicate other people's powers essentially, and they stole it for the purpose replicating all their powers at once to go up against Godzilla. But they did one step further. They used PIM particles to supersize the super adapter. They basically made him the same size as Godzilla, and so obviously they were now able to compete with Godzilla, even though I honestly thought they were gonna go up against Godzilla at the same time, just essentially jump him. But this is another this part didn't really sit with me too well, honestly. While the fight ensues, they break a certain cargo ship there, and something breaks out of this ship. And we find out why Godzilla has been attacking this particular base. Because it's been holding whatever the heck this is, the Tri-Sentinel Mecha Kaiju that consists of Biollante, Batra, and Fire Rodan. All creatures that have given Godzilla problems before, and now all of them working together as one Mecha Kaiju. It's a little bit too much, and so the X-Men essentially have to help him work together to stop this. So after a bit of a lengthy battle, they managed to hold down the Tri-Sentinel Mecha Kaiju long enough for Godzilla to completely eviscerate it with his heat ray here. And so we find out that this guy up here was the cause of all the problems, and Godzilla's not a little bit satisfied with just destroying the Tri-Sentinel Mecha Kaiju. But Xavier solves the problem here by tapping into both minds and explaining the cause of the problem here. That Godzilla, in a battle with another Kaiju, Anguirus, ended up in the ensuing battle killing the father of this guy here, and that's basically why the dude has a grudge with Godzilla. And the X-Men relate to Godzilla for the fact that they're also protectors who the world fears and hates. And that's the end of our story here. Follow me, because we're going to be going into Godzilla versus the Avengers next.